Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Catalogs. This is episode 4. I wrote this one, so yeah, good luck. There's a lot of mommy issues in this episode, so hope you're ready for that. All right. So, a disclaimer, this is a work of fiction. Any and all names or places that match real life are purely coincidental. To your right, there is a door. Once you cross this threshold, you shall weave your life with the threads of your unbecoming. It will unfold before you, grasp you, and you have no choice but to hold its darkness. For in darkness we have reason to find the light.
Mama, I love you. Those were the first words I ever heard. 4 simple words. And oh, how could you not fall in love in return? So sweet and soft. I promised then and there that I would never leave your side. I watched as you grew up, and I listened to every story you'd tell me about your day, even though I experienced it right alongside you. Darling, my baby, so precious. You always shone with beauty in my eyes. It hurts me so when you started to think differently of yourself, to see that the harshness of the world tainted the way you saw yourself. I always wanted to tell you how proud I was of you, but you could never hear me. How could you, when I could never speak? I could only smile and nod helplessly, hoping to everything that what little comfort I could offer would be enough. Words are difficult, especially when I find the need to describe how it feels to see you. When you start to let the words of others take root in the very deepest parts of you. Perhaps is not my place to tell you what to think of yourself, but neither is it theirs to dictate how you should act and be. I have spent so many nights and days watching over you and wondering how and when I would be able to exactly tell you how precious you are. What's the word? Elementary. You were so young at that time. That was when it started. Your classmates would start to tease and nitpick on your appearance, how you behaved around them. The powers that be know that I would have had a stern conversation with those children. Harsh, perhaps, but it would have been deserved. Perhaps not only a conversation, but also a spanking. Goodness knows their parents don't reprimand them enough if they act like such delinquents. Of course, since no one is able to see me aside from yourself, I am unable to do anything regarding those children. It frustrates me how I cannot assist you in any tangible way, in a way that matters in your life. I have cried many times for you, for the insults that no longer seem to faze you when thrown your way. I weep when you start to break in your room and the mask you wear falling off in the safety of home. This world is unfair, and I do not know how to help you. Not when I am invisible to the world. It hurts to know that I cannot help you, and it hurts to know that you are pained over their words and actions. You agonize over every little thing they say, and it hurts you. I cannot comprehend why you would put any value in their words. They are not your friends. Those that you call friends also acknowledge that their words hold no merit. Yet you still cling on to those harsh words as if they hold any meaning, any intention behind them aside from empty-headed spite and jealousy. I had hoped that as you matured further in life, that you would realize that putting that much stock in other people's opinions of you is quite the meaningless battle. Yet again and again you choose to fight for their approval. You choose to focus on other people's view of you, twisting and shaping yourself, no matter how much it hurts you. Do you not see it? How you have lost yourself in their words, in the opinions of people who do not care for you. Many times I wonder where the child I watched grow up went, and many times have I had to remind myself that that child is not gone, merely lost. I try, I try so hard to guide you without the ability to speak. I am unable to convey my thoughts clearly to you. So I try to comfort you as best I can. To smile when you look to me for guidance. To hold your hand as you shake when you are about to walk onto stage for your performance. To reassure you that you will do well. High school is the word. Yes, high school. As you entered another phase in your life, it felt as if I merely blinked, and there you were, worrying over your first day in your new school. A fresh start. You were excited, but underneath all that excitement was fear. You were scared that your new classmates would not like you, that you would encounter the same vile people from your old school. A valid fear, and one that I cannot brush aside for you. I had learned over time that no matter what, you will listen to other people's words about you, even if they hold no meaning or substance. So I let you be, hoping against hope that you would for once realize that what they think of you has no hold over you, should you not allow it to. Yet I know it is easier to speak those words when I am not the one experiencing them. These are your teenage years after all. Emotions run rampant, and your hormones will change you in ways no one could expect. But I will be here for you, always. You should have fun, enjoy yourself, and meet new friends. You were smiling, laughing, having a good time with your new classmates. However, I knew by the time you got into your room, you were exhausted, putting on airs and acting unlike yourself in front of your classmates, eager to please, eager to fit into their view of you, eager to fit in. I do not understand. I try to understand, but I simply cannot understand why. You had the chance to be yourself, to not have to wear a mask whenever you talk to others. Instead, you chose to put on a performance, simply so people would like you. It is not healthy for you, not for your body, and especially not for your mind. Your mind is a beautiful thing, dear. After all, your mind made me come to life. Is it, perhaps, because you seek approval from your teachers? Or is it the approval of your peers that you time and time chase again? You've started doing what many would consider as vices, coerced by your new so-called friends. You started drinking, smoking. Did it make you feel cool? Did you think they were going to like you more if you did those things? I have seen you hesitate, fidget, and try to decline their offers. You're always uncomfortable with what they ask you to do, yet you never try to deny them. You're harming your body so that you feel like you belong. I've seen you empty your stomach and cry alone in the bathroom after drinking sessions with your new friends. I have seen your face twist in distaste as the liquor hits your tongue. Yet you continue doing these things you hold no love for, all for the sake of remaining socially acceptable. You owe yourself many apologies. You harm yourself again and again, thinking that maybe, just maybe, they genuinely accept you. But how will they accept you if you yourself do not show them who you are? I understand you fear their rejection, but what you are doing is, for the lack of a better term, foolish. Foolishness in that you know that if you were to show them who you really are, they would reject you. But why care? Why care? Why even become friends with them in the first place? From the beginning, you knew this. You knew, yet you chose this path anyway. You are harming yourself. You are harming my baby. You entered a relationship, one that I saw from the start would not end well. After all, a relationship started because of peer pressure could never be a good thing, no matter how you try to convince yourself. No matter how loving you act with each other, you feel nothing for him, and he holds none to you as well. I see no point in this relationship, honestly. Ah, you like that girl, don't you? What's the point in accepting this boy's offer of companionship when your heart is telling you to chase the affections of another? I've seen how you look at your friend. She looks at you the same way. Did you know that? I suppose you are long past being able to remedy that, seeing as you've painted yourself as socially acceptable as possible, and your attraction to girls doesn't exactly fit your description of socially acceptable. It's a shame, though. That girl would have been good for you. She made you laugh after all. She made you smile so genuinely after so long. She paid attention to you when you needed it, and when you chose that boy over her, she simply smiled and supported you. You broke her heart, but she bore it silently and with grace. And for that, she has my respect. You work yourself to the bone, maintaining your grades at a pristine condition, joining event after event while still trying to keep up with your friends. Do you not feel your body breaking, your energy wither away into small droplets? You're exhausting yourself, my darling girl. Endearing as your hard work may be, it is detrimental to you. Your mind is keeping up with so many thoughts, so many plans, in order to balance everything. And eventually, it will all fall down on you. As the saying goes, You are one straw away from breaking the camel's back. Truly, I cannot fathom how you are able to carry this many burdens. You enter student councils, volunteer yourself to enter competitions that you know will take more of your time. You have spent more time awake than sleeping these past few months. If you ingest any more coffee, then you would have palpitations. Please, please just rest, dear. I cannot tell you that. I cannot speak after all. Nor can I write, as I cannot interact with any material. As it stands, you will work yourself into an early grave if you do not rest and recuperate. I do not wish to witness you break your own body and mind for the sake of others. For once in your life, can you not prioritize others and think of your own health and safety? Please, you are my daughter, my baby, the light of what you brought to life, the most precious thing this world has ever given me. Even just for a day, please, just please, rest. When you broke up with your boyfriend, I honestly thought it was about time. With no emotional bond to hold you together, I knew it was not bound to last long. I can see the relief in your eyes, you know. The way your shoulders felt light for the first time in a while. The way the tension just washed away once he asked you to break up with him. As much as you fake being emotional about this breakup, the only thing I can see most clearly is the relief and freedom that it brings to your mind. One less thing for you to worry about. One less thing to fake. One less worry plaguing your mind. Now, maybe you can focus your affection on that girl, the one who actually holds affection for you as well. Perhaps not yet. It would not do for you to add more things onto what you are managing yet. You could drop some of those organizations and events. You don't hold any genuine interest in them after all. Your grades are still in the upper bracket, so there is no need for you to agonize about them more than you already do. You should relax. Let yourself feel pride in what you've accomplished before you burn yourself and your passion out from all the fretting that you do. College. An interesting and challenging time in life. A new stage for you to set foot in. Years have passed since your high school days. I am proud to have been a witness to your growth as a person. You've managed to let go of many responsibilities, easing your workload while maintaining several meaningful friendships and cutting off those that were not good for you. I am glad to see you taking on hobbies that are not related to schoolworks as well. Cooking is a smart choice for a hobby. It is a necessary life skill as well, if you want to feed yourself and your significant other good food. You're not quite at the level of making culinary masterpieces, but you can feed yourself fine. And, if you put the effort in, you are able to cook more complicated dishes. That is something some people cannot even do. Some people aren't even able to find their way out of instant noodle packets, much less cook them, so take pride in a skill you have learned. Speaking of feeding a significant other, you haven't asked that girl you liked on a date yet. 4 years, and you did not once, attempt to confess your feelings to her. You still contact each other often, though you do go to different universities now. But as they say, what is love without adversities, yes? Still, I hope you do not fall back into bad habits and take on many organizations and events. These are your last years of education, so it would be best for you to set your eyes on a priority. The priority being that you graduate. I know you. You do not want to stay in an educational establishment longer than you have to. So do your best and do not overextend yourself. You've learned your lesson from high school, haven't you? You are a lot more closed off to your peers now, only letting in a select few whom you consider as your closest friends. I approve of that. A vast improvement from when you tried to be friends with everyone, agonizing on how to please everyone in order to stay in their good graces. I hope that this does not stop you, however, from making new friends and acquaintances, as college is a time for you to make connections that will last a lifetime. I see you have finally gathered enough courage to tell the girl you like how you felt for her. Good. The two of you deserve each other. She is a much better choice than that boy from before. The two of you like each other. I cannot say that the two of you love each other. Not yet. There will be many bumps on the road for your relationship. These are only the early stages of your relationship, after all. People will judge you. Two women having a relationship with each other is abnormal in their eyes. But pay no attention and focus only on the things that are important to you. Communicate with each other and pay attention to what each other likes, and you will get through any obstacle. Though, I suppose the two of you have spent enough time dancing around and pining for each other that you are able to tell what the other feels. This is a new territory for the both of you, so I wish you both luck. My heart swells with happiness each time the two of you laugh and smile at each other with adoration in your eyes. And just like that, you've graduated. Would you look at that? The two of you have stayed with each other this whole time. How lovely. Both of you are now planning to enter different workplaces, but I hope that it does not hinder you both from spending time with each other. You plan on moving in with each other, yes? To make it easier on both of your pockets, and so that you may be able to see each other by the end of the day. Oh, what a sweet sentiment, and one that I wholly support. The two of you work well with each other, and you have already spent enough time sleeping in each other's homes that you already know the other's living habits. You have accepted your fiancé's marriage proposal. You plan on moving out of this country so that you may marry each other. You are about to start a family of your own, ready to move into another stage of life. I had been hesitant this whole time, but with the events that are happening and are about to happen, I suppose I am forced to acknowledge that you are an adult. I always knew that this would happen someday, that all birds must fly out of their mother's nest and create their own homes. So to watch you spread your wings and fly off with your beloved, setting out to create your own home, I cannot help but feel pride in what you have achieved. Yet, there is this aching sorrow and emptiness of knowing that you do not need me anymore. I feel as if I am finally waking from a dream. I feel as though all this time there was a weight shackling me to you, to watch over you and take care of you. Now, I only feel free. Free as you are. I suppose this means that my purpose has been fulfilled. I say this plenty of times, and each time that I say it, I mean it with all my heart. I love you. Forever and always, you are my child. It pains me to say this, yet I must let go for you. You are truly ready to set out on your own. Take care of yourselves. Though I cannot say this out loud, I do wish I could see my grandchildren, should you ever choose to take any child into your home. As I feel you slowly slip away from me, as my existence begins to fade into a blur, an unknown ghost forms from your yearning, a distant memory even, to see you nurture a life as many mothers have done before you, to see you smile down at your own little bundle of joy, to find that small piece of happiness that you've always yearned for. Goodbye, my love, dearest daughter of mine. May you, your wife, and your children forever be blessed. Goodbye.
And that is a wrap for episode 4 of Tales from the Catalogs. I hope you enjoyed listening to us, and what else? Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and TikTok. TikTok doesn't have anything in it yet, but we'll get there, okay? Just don't forget to follow us, and we'll see you next episode. Bye bye.